Boom. Hey, hey. Nurse Mitch. Philosophy. Foxhill Dreams. Samantha Hawkins. Tina G. Peter is a boss. Scribbles my dibbles. Marty. Cindy C. Susie Brizuela. Mia Mia to you. Peter is a boss. Bernadette H. And me, BDD in the Heezy. Genital losing. The Trump Reaper. Jennifer Rayner. David Shaw from Iowa. Debbie Neiman. Gavin Rutherford. Deborah Baldini. Stephanie L. Maureen Otto. Karen Purdy from Newton Falls, Ohio. Sandra from Paramount, California. Lori Donahue. Floppy Girl. Nisha Oliver. Jamie from Wisconsin. Lucy L. Welcome to another episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad, and this is Storytime. Ding ding! Welcome everyone. Happy Monday to you all. Let's see, who do I miss here? Sunia's one, Nurse Mitch, Gavin Rutherford, the Trump Reaper, Monique Lee, Jennifer Rayner, Cindy C, Sarah B, Patricia Haverkamp, Studio LB. Let's see. Wojo Mama, of course. Wojo Mama's with us too. Happy Monday to you all. I'm glad to see you. I have some exciting things to share. If they have not yet already been shared, I will share them again. I don't care. They're exciting. So let's jump into our stories of the day.
Stories of the day.
All right. Oh wait, I need the music. Hold on. There we go. COVID is not over, despite all appearances to the contrary. We have yet another Ukraine update. Our guessing game for today is Name That Constitutional Amendment. Oh man, there's a test. And last but not least, today's Raggedy bish is a billionaire. Elon Musk. Okay, so let me get back into the comments. And Karen Purdy says, that's why I still wear a mask. Philosophy says they are calling it Novid. That's good. I haven't seen that before, but that's clever. That's kind of funny. So let's see. Yeah, we got some stuff happening. Let's go ahead and kick off our random stuff. You know, we need some tunes, right? We need some music. And let's do this thing here. Today is Pi Day. Yeah? Pi Day. Happy Pi Day to everybody here in attendance. Not to be confused with National Pie Day. It's actually Pi Day. Maybe we can merge the two. We can smash up the two for Pi Day. Pi Day? That's very punny, Brooklyn Dad. Very punny. No, so today it's called Pi Day because it is March 14th, aka 314. Or in math terms, pi is 3.14159265358, blah 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 blah. It goes on in infinity. It's long. It's long. Jennifer Rayner says someone down the lane from me has a flag that said 2020 is rigged. Good Lord. Good Lord. And wait a minute. I'm seeing some news here about Wojamam. Uh-oh. Okay. Just to let you all know, this is from Wojamam here. My son is in the hospital with a collapsed lung. He is having surgery tomorrow. Please pray for him and me. This is so hard right now. Wojamam, we are there with you. We are there with prayer. We're there with you. Every bit of healing and positive vibes and good energy I can send your way and get everyone else to muster that energy for you and your son and let him heal. Let him heal quickly. Let him heal thoroughly and properly. Healing. We are there for you and with you. Wojamam, you're not by yourself on this. Where was I? I was talking about Pi Day. Now I feel like I want pie. Sandra says, here's our geek correction. Pies aren't round. Pi are square. Ah! That's clever because the equation, you guys get it. Right. Meredith Powell, hello, Meredith Powell. But someone had mentioned this earlier. Today is not just a clever math problem. It is also the birthday of none other than the illustrious, the genius Albert Einstein. And it is also sadly, the day that we lost Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking died also on Pi Day. How strange. How strange. What a strange day. Revolved around such brilliant men. And speaking of brilliant men, last night... Last night I did my best impression of Albert Einstein by getting the Wordle in one try. Yeah, okay. So I'm not curing cancer and I'm not, splitting the atom. I just guessed. I just got lucky. I just got lucky with a guess is all. And, really it's the starting word. Now I have to find a new starting word. Yes. I won't say what it was, but those of you who play the game will by now know, hopefully, you know what that word was. Don't spoil it for anybody. Actually, wait, that was yesterday's word, so whatever. Kathleen Cross, you're late, but better late than never. Crafty feminist says, why be rational when you can be irrational? I suppose. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, anyway, so here's a live look at me celebrating last night. I felt like I hit a grand slam, a word grand slam. Yeah, I think that's the equivalent. You get that thing. It's only 5 letters, and how many 5-letter words are there? I wouldn't say there are infinite 5-letter words, but hello, Eddie G. We see you there, Eddie G. But yeah, I feel proud. I feel good. Damn it. What else I feel good about? I like having a segue like that. I feel good about the interview I did last week with our friend Peter Morley. I thought it went very well. It was interesting to play that video for you guys and watch it with you. That was an interesting. Let's see. Wait, what? Oh, so Alaska Cindy says, I dare you to do that on Mathler. I'm not stepping anywhere near anything to do with math. Thank you very much, Cindy. But yeah, I had a nice time with Peter. And as you guys remember, holy shit. What? Wait. Philosophy says there are 158,390 words with 5 letters. Did you look that up, buddy? that is cool. That's a fun little bit of trivia that I will inevitably end up hanging on to for some reason. So I had a great time interviewing Peter, but that dude kicked ass with the guessing game, didn't he? Huh? I mean, sure, like all of those songs weren't difficult, but still, just the fact that he's doing it, on camera. I didn't prep him to what songs I was, he hit that. He hit that. He was good. It was excellent. So tomorrow, yours truly will be interviewing none other than Malcolm Nance. And this brother, he hasn't even indicated what guessing game he wants. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to give him a range of guessing games and just be prepared. I'm going to let him pick one of like 4 categories, and we'll see what happens. We'll see how it does with the guessing of the game. He's a smart brother. I'm sure he'll make mincemeat out of the challenge. And today, March 14th, it is still Women's History Month. It will be Women's History Month for the entire month of March. And today's Today in women's history, this is from March 12th. March 12th, in 1993, Janet Reno was sworn in as the first woman U.S. Attorney General. And it's a pretty big deal. We hope to see more of them in the future. Then March 13th, which was yesterday, March 13th in women's history, Susan Butcher won the first of 3 straight and 4 total Iditarod trail sled dog races in Alaska. I wonder, Alaska Cindy, were you anywhere in the vicinity of this race, or were you watching when this happened? Was this like a big thing for Alaskans? I don't know. This mug is huge, Trump Reaper. This is one of my favorite mugs. It says Mr. Right. There's also a Mrs. Right here in the house too. Okay, so yeah, it's a big deal for Susan Butcher and for Alaska and for women in general. Wifey and I started watching this show this weekend. Have you guys heard of Abbott Elementary? Let me just tell you, this is my new favorite show. And it's a comedy. It's a sitcom. I had heard about it over the past month or so. I didn't bother to watch it. It didn't look funny to me. The little clips I saw, I was like, nah. No, this shit is funny. It is funny. It is funny, but it is also real too. It's real. It's a fictitious elementary school called Abbott Elementary, and it stars a bunch of teachers. Primarily, though, this teacher here, Janine Teagues, who is played by the creator of the show, Quinta Brunson, and she's funny as hell. Like, to me, she's kind of like I want to say she's the Ted Lasso of teachers, except she's not necessarily as bulletproof as Ted is with the negativities. She is vulnerable, right? Like, when you hit her with negativity, you see it stings her. It does hurt her because she cares so much. She cares about the kids. She cares about her coworkers, the teachers. She's overall caring. She is that shining light in the middle of the darkness that is the poorest elementary school in the area. And she was also on an episode of Jimmy Kimmel in which she was reunited with the teacher, Mrs. Abbott, for whom the show is named. The show and the school is named after her teacher, Mrs. Abbott, and it's very cool. It is, I haven't seen this episode. I'm aware of the interview. I do have to check it out because it does seem like one of those moments that gets you up there, gets you a little verklempt. Turning Red is a movie. It's the latest Pixar movie, and Pixar is a brand that equals quality. When you're about to watch a Pixar movie, you're going to see people with hair. You're going to see every hair follicle, wave like that. And the resolution is going to be tight. The graphic quality is going to be excellent. Everything, and it was. This is a movie about a young girl, a Chinese girl, who she seems relatively normal, although she's a bit of an overachiever, and she's an overachiever because she's trying to be mama's best little daughter, or what I think she's mama's only daughter, but she's trying to be a superstar, and she hits an age where she hits that age where a girl's body starts to change. Except in this case, when her body changes, she turns into a giant red panda. And it's cute. It's cute. There's some things about this that are a little bit annoying, a little bit grating, whatever. But overall, it's a cute movie. It's cute. It's Disney. You really usually can't go wrong with Disney, unless, of course, you need somebody to have your back, with the LGBTQ community. You can't count on Disney to have the LGBTQ community's back. But aside from that, if you're just talking about animated features, yeah, Disney is quality. Pretty good. And that is that for our random stuffs. Let's go ahead and jump right on into our quick hits. Yeah, you son of a bee. Yeah. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, quick hits. Yesterday was a sad day for fans and friends and family of William Hurt, a very famous actor who died at 71. He's known for many roles in which he excelled, including movies like Altered States, Broadcast News, and Kiss of the Spider Woman, and also he was a member of the Marvel Universe as General Ross, father of Betsy, and also future he would have been the Red Hulk, and I guess we'll never get to see how he would have done in that role. He always brought a deep sense of humanity to his roles, and what a tragic loss for the acting community. Pete Davidson has found a novel way to escape the online bullying that he's been subject to from Kanye West ever since he started dating Kim Kardashian. He's been stalked, cyber stalked, and threatened by Kanye. It's horrible. So how is he going to escape all this cyberbullying? He's being launched into space Uh, Pete is going on Jeff Bezos's Blue Origin rocket, along with 5 paying passengers on March 23rd. I do want to say, I do want to weigh in my own personal opinion about this online bullying, this harassment. It's horrible. It's horrible. And I've intentionally not weighed in on Twitter, with my opinion. I think Kanye is being a dickhead. I think overall, Pete Davidson has showed some amazing restraint, in not getting into it with crazy Kanye. He just, he tried to show some empathy. Granted, he did it in a backhanded way while texting him and saying, I'm in bed with your wife. Probably not a great way to talk him down, but he wasn't going to talk Kanye down. Kanye is inside Kanye's own head and only listens to Kanye. So, he does. Sylvia Correa pointing out, she says Pete Davidson is a nice, cool guy. He seems nice. He's had to deal with his own mental health issues. People like to say, they're quick to step to the bat for Kanye West and say, well, he's suffering from mental health issues. Then get him some help. Don't let him bully up and beat up on someone else who is also suffering from the same shit, but doesn't treat other people like assholes. That's my opinion on that whole situation. This weekend, Iran launched several missiles at an American consulate, endangering the lives of Americans. Apparently, Americans were killed, but this was apparently in response to 2 IRGC officers, Iran's Republican Guard, being killed by Israel. Apparently, I'm just saying apparently because this is the fog of war. Who knows what is real and what is propaganda? Iran claims to have been striking out at Mossad targets in Erbil. Erbil was the name of the city that was hit. Okay, now we've got the Ukraine update. I also, before I move on, I think it's a very shitty time for Iran to be pulling shit like this. It's not lost on me that America and Iran are currently engaged in negotiations over oil and over the Iran nuclear deal. And come on, people, if you're going to hit out at somebody, don't do it to us in a way that makes us have to, reach back and then not be able to hit you because we're already involved in dealing with some shit over here. Not cool. Not cool. All right. Thousands of Russian protesters have taken to the streets, shouting, "A Russian soldier is a fascist and an invader." These are Russian citizens protesting the war in Ukraine, and a Russian soldier actually fired over the heads of those Russian citizens. Putin's tanks are firing on civilian apartment buildings, just committing more war crimes. This guy has got to be held accountable. He's got to be dragged in front of The Hague and charged with crimes against humanity. There's no way you can possibly cast yourself as a peacekeeper, as he said, going in, or as the good guy if you're firing at civilians. I can't say that enough. If you're firing at civilians, you are the bad guy. So reports came in from U.S. intelligence that suggest that Russia has been asking China for military and economic assistance. Of course, both Russia and China have denied that this has occurred, which probably confirms the fact that it actually did occur. I don't trust either of these guys as far as I could throw them. 14 private jets from Russia have landed in Israel. And Israel has avoided sanctioning Russia has avoided sanctioning their oligarchs. They just nothing. And the Israeli Foreign Minister Yair Lapid condemned Russia's attacks and said that they're not going to help the oligarchs. Of course, this is after they already let 14 of those oligarch jets land. Yeah. Meanwhile, in Washington, D.C., Really American has rolled up with some of our billboard trucks. These trucks ask the question, why did these Republicans spend the 4th of July in Moscow? And we're going to attempt to keep these billboard trucks rolling as long as possible and expand this campaign to make sure that we apply the most pressure possible to those 8 Republicans. 7 of them are senators. One is a member of the House of Representatives. And that, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, is that for our quick hits. Not so quick. Let's see. And now it is time for you. If you have not yet hit that like button, please do so now. I thank you very much. It helps the show, helps the analytics, the algorithm, whatever it is. It helps us. Please and thank you. And now it's time for our timeline cleanse.
Timeline cleanse.
Okay, timeline cleanse. Let me just get rid of that for a second. And let's see, what do we have here? Okay. This first video, I had originally meant to strip the music from this clip. This is courtesy of our friend Philosophy. This is a brilliant clip. I was saying I meant to strip out the music because, of course, I'm going to get hit with a copyright thing for that music. But whatever. The beautiful thing about this is it's a bubble that turns to ice. I could watch that all day long. It's gorgeous. You could really, literally, just lose yourself in that, just watching it slowly crystallize into a ball of ice. That's fantastic. I don't know if that's slow motion. It looks like real time. It's probably a very, very cold day, and those bubbles. They don't have a thick membrane. They're very thin to begin with. So, if it was like 25 degrees, maybe 20 degrees, cold enough for that thing to ice up quickly. I don't know. Phil, help me out here. I don't know what the deal was with that video. I just know it was cool as hell. Let's see. Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta. This next one. Nobody loves a good prank more than I do. And this one involves the ding dong of your door.
Не, я болею. Есть дети маленькие. Я же играю! Я играю!
That's a good one. I don't know if the other guy was in on it, but it didn't look like it at first. I don't know. It was funny. It's funny. I personally would not enjoy that prank. I would be immediately pissed off after the second one. But if it was one of the kids, maybe. I don't know. Don't try me. It's so funny. I love it when the prank is on somebody else. It's not me. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with me. This third one is in line with what we've been watching. You and I and millions of other people around the world have been watching um, the bad stuff out of Ukraine. Well, this is not out of Ukraine. It's this next clip is influenced by what happened in Ukraine. These students, uh, they evacuated to Italy. And so these two kids from Ukraine, these two Ukrainian kids, are about to have their first day at school, and they are welcomed to school in a very special way.
Vai, vai, entra.
Welcome to Italy. So so you know, I was kind of had my head behind that video because it's one of those videos that tends to make this guy verklempt a little bit. Okay. Last but not least, I got a bonus for you. Yes, I know usually I only do 3, but this one is a bonus because this is also influenced by events in Ukraine. In fact, it is none other than um, President Zelensky with a message for Russia.
Russia, if you're listening and you want to know my exact location, I'll be hanging out at Marco Rubio's house for the majority of the weekend. And I don't know, it's somewhere in Florida, I think. Check it out.
Hey! Okay, so just for the record, that is what you call a deep fake. That was a deep fake. That previous one though, those two kids walking into the school in Italy, that was not deep fake. That was real, and I think it's just as important, when we are inundated with like the tragedy and the sorrow of what's coming out of Ukraine, because it is a very tragic and sorrowful situation. When you do get a morsel of humanity, the good shit, you need that. You need that too. You need that to sustain. But yeah, I did like that last one with Zelensky. It was good. All right, that is it for our timeline cleanse. And now let's go ahead and jump into our main topic of the day. Yeah, you're right, Sylvia. That did not sound like him. COVID not over? So I'm going to start this off by telling you guys this weekend, I was determined to dip my toe into the world of endemic. Out of the world of pandemic into the world of endemic. Yeah. And I've talked about this with you guys for the past several weeks right now, that at some point, we're fully vaxxed, you know, um, most of the people around us, unless you're in a red state, are vaccinated and boosted as well. So, yeah, I walked into some supermarkets this weekend without my mask. You might think to yourself, so? But for me, that was a big deal. That's a very big deal. It's the first time in 2 years that I've gone into a Costco or a Stop and Shop without my mask. And it felt weird. It felt weird, but also felt kind of good. So, of course, it was either that day or the day after I started seeing reports. China's daily cases of symptomatic COVID more than tripled. Hmm? That's great news. Yeah, that's great news. And then mainland China reported 1,807 new local symptomatic COVID cases on Sunday. The cities Changchun and Shenzhen were shut down, just shut down. And China, you never hear about the citizens in China complaining about that shit the way you'll have here, the way we have these freedom convoys and people protesting and getting into somebody's face screaming, I'm not worried about it. You don't hear about that shit in China. I'm not saying China's better. I'm just saying they don't tolerate that bullshit. I guess there's advantages to our freedoms. Of course there are. It's just I don't know if there are fewer assholes in China, or it's just that everybody's afraid they don't want to get disappeared or something. South Korea also reported a new record daily high of 383,665 COVID cases. So if it sounds familiar to you, it sounds familiar to me too, because that almost sounds like where we were 2 years ago. And especially you hear China shutting shit down. Like that's where this whole thing started. So what the hell? What's going on? And then yesterday, good Lord. Now President Obama's in good hands, right? He's gonna be fine. But it was kind of shocking to see him tweet, excuse me, I just tested positive for COVID. I've had a scratchy throat for a couple days, but I'm feeling fine otherwise. Michelle and I are grateful to be vaccinated and boosted, and she has tested negative. It's a reminder to get vaccinated if you haven't already, even as cases go down. So, President Biden was speaking to the unvaccinated, and let's see, Gavin Rutherford has a message here saying Scotland has more hospitalized now than at the peak of Omicron. Oof. Oi. And I just saw something here from Sylvia Correa who says we're in the sixth wave in Portugal. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Now, well, let me continue with this anyway. Of course, you know, if it's a day ending in Y, you're going to have some snarky asshole who wants to chime in with their own negativity, smugly trying to poke holes in the reasoning behind masks and vaccines. And here he is quote tweeting President Obama. This is some guy named Dave Rubin quote tweeting Obama saying, "I'm vaccinated and got sick, so you should get the vaccine for the thing I'm now sick with." It's very funny. Again, there is this narrative that persists on the right that, well, if you're going to get sick anyway, then what was the point of getting the vaccine? I'm at the point now where I'm tired of answering that bullshit question. But one person chimed in, Brian Tyler Cohen, who said, more like, "I'm vaccinated and only have a scratchy throat after contracting the virus that's killed 1 million Americans, so you should get the vaccine." And there it is. There it is. Huh? That's the reason why we got vaccinated. That's the reason we got boosted. It's because we didn't want to die. That's it. We don't want to die. We want to reduce the chance that we will perish or have to get what do you call the ventilator, the ventilator tube down our throats. So President Obama will likely be quite all right, because unlike the rest of us, he has access to the absolute best medical care, millions of dollars to back that up. He's going to be all right. Michelle Obama is a-okay. You know, how does this how does this affect our move from pandemic to endemic? Some folks, like our friend Peter Morley, believe we should continue to exercise extreme caution. Peter is speaking from the perspective of someone who is uh, immunocompromised, to whom mask wearing has been tremendously helpful, even life saving. He writes here in NYC, people are walking around like COVID is done, but President Obama just tested positive for it. Many people continue to test positive for it. The simple truth is, hashtag COVID is not over, and those of us in the immunocompromised community are still terrified of getting the virus. Yeah, yeah. So the whole idea behind wearing the mask, it wasn't necessarily to protect us. It was meant to protect others, right? Naturally, this only works uh, if everybody is doing it. If everybody's not doing it, it's half as effective if only half the people are doing it. Lisa Hathaway says, "I'm immunocompromised and I got vaccinated against COVID. That is the smart thing to do. That is the smart thing to do." There's some people who could not, though. That was just to be clear. Uh, that's not always an option for everybody. Some people medically, for whatever reason, were unable to get it, and those people, are at risk. Even Queen Elizabeth, who is arguably like the most protected and well looked after human being alive, she got COVID too. She's fine because, again, well looked after. But what about the rest of us, right? How do we move forward from here? We're looking at another possible wave, another variant or whatever. The Pfizer CEO just said that we're going to need another shot, a fourth one. Now, I've said in the past that that I would, if need be, I said I would get another booster, sure. But now he's saying that we might need to get another one every year, like indefinitely. And I am sorry. I gotta ask, are you fucking kidding? Are you fucking kidding? Now, look, in the past, I had never, ever, ever, never gotten one flu shot. Never. In fact, if I search my memory, I'm being real with you guys. I'm always real with you guys. But if I search my memory for things I have said in the past about getting the flu shot, I would probably sound a lot more like an anti vaxxer than the person I am today. Straight up. Straight up. I had never gotten a flu shot before. Um, Now, obviously, now I recognize the wisdom behind it, especially now I'm getting up there in age, which puts me at risk for having a serious tussle with the flu. Um, but I am not an anti-vaxxer. I do remember the videos of people on ventilators. I do remember the images of the mass graves. You know, uh, I am right now fully vaxxed, minus that fourth shot, which should afford me much better protection than those who are not vaccinated. So, how do I move forward? Again, I started this weekend, with not wearing a mask in supermarkets. That's a small step for me. And if I'm being real, I don't interact with a fraction of the people that President Obama probably interacts with on a daily basis. On a daily basis, President Obama probably deals with more people in one day than I deal with in an entire month. Straight up. Straight up. I'm not exposed all that much. But next month, I will be going to my first concert in forever. Uh, for my birthday, wifey got us 2 tickets to see my favorite group, Spoon. And personally, I can't wait. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. I've spent the past 2 years, I haven't even seen Batman yet. It's insane. Batman. Batman. It's a superhero movie. For me not to see Batman the day or the day after it comes out is unheard of. Haven't seen it yet. That's going to take me some time to build up to. And that's the whole point of this segment here is that each of us is going to go at their own speed, what's right for them. We've gone through 2 years of battling each other, wear a mask. I'm not wearing a mask. Get vaccinated. I'm not getting vaccinated. We already know what side of the divide we're on. We already know. Now it's about moving forward without throwing a rock at the head of the person you disagree with on this and just hope for the best for everybody. I'm vaccinated, I got my shots, I feel good, I'm going to go in a case by case situation. There's going to be some situations where maybe I don't feel like I can go into a place without a mask. When I go to this concert, I will abide by whatever rules are in place for concert goers, for ticket holders. If I need to wear a mask, I'm going to wear a mask. If you need to see my passport, my vaccine passport, here you go. I will abide by whatever rules are required to abide by. And I will try to keep myself safe as possible. Once we left the supermarket, wifey hits me off with some of that, what do you call that stuff? Um, Alcohol, the whatever, the hand sanitizer. And that's it. You do the best you can to mitigate your risks. And that's it. That's it. This is where I'm at. I can't speak for you guys. You guys have to speak for yourselves. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's what I think. That's how we're gonna move forward. For me, I don't know. You're gonna move forward. You gotta do what you gotta do. Above all, I hope you guys remain safe and sound. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for my favorite part of the show. It is the guessing game, and this one requires your thinking cap. Because yeah, it's not just the throw across the plate, the easy peasy ones. Everybody knows the First Amendment, they know the Fifth Amendment. What about those ones in between that aren't, right across the plate? Huh? I'm challenging you guys now. Huh? So I'm gonna read off what is covered in a certain amendment, and you guys have to guess which amendment that is. So listen carefully. If you're watching on the screen, you can read along with me. Okay. And when you guess, just type in, you know, first or fifth or third or whatever amendment you think it is. Okay. Prepare your brain, Mia to you. Okay, here we go. And Sylvia Correa, I'm going to say, do your best. I bet you there's at least one in here that you might recognize. You guys, you pay attention to the American media and whatnot. Here we go. Here's the first one. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures. Okay. I'll read that again. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures. All right. So this is basically the one that says if a cop wants to come into your house, you get to tell him, you got a warrant? You ain't got no warrant. Get the hell out of here. Get off my property. It's that amendment. Okay. I believe I've seen enough. Okay. The answer we were looking for is the Fourth Amendment. The fourth. And quite a few of you jumped right on this one. Jumped right on the Fourth Amendment. And as you can see here, there's a doormat that just come back with a warrant. And at the top here, we got Samantha B with number 4, followed by Meredith Powell. Asmila J. Gavin Rutherford said, 11-teen. Mia to you. There's Mia to you. Wait, did I say Asmila J? Mia to you. Corey Lord, Samantha Hawkins, Cindy C. Misha Oliver, Marie from New Jersey, Susie Briswella, Eddie G. Luppy Girl, Watcher Soko, Nurse Mitch, Philosophy, Kimberly Moss. Okay, good job, you guys. Excellent. Excellent. You guys did better than you thought you would. All right, here we go. Here's the next one. All right, crafty feminist. I see you're back. Okay, you ready? Okay, here we go. Here's the next one. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States. I'll read that again. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States. So this is the amendment, excuse me, that abolishes slavery. Which amendment is that one? Which one is that? Which one is that? Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta. 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 Okay, I've seen enough. The correct answer, when we were looking for, is the 13th Amendment. 13. And at the top here, who do I got at the top here? I got Cindy C at the top. Congratulations, Cindy C. Followed by Marie from New Jersey, Sandra from Paramount, California, Eddie G, Dana X, Kathleen Cross, Nurse Mitch, Mia to you, Monique Lee, Kimberly Moss, Crafty Feminist, Scribble My Dibbles, Luppy Girl, Susie Brizuela, Cha Cha, Philosophy. Good job, you guys. Very good. Very good job. You guys did very good. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Here we go. The enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. I'll read this one again. This one's a little tricky. The enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. So this one basically says that regardless of the fact whether or not a certain right has been outlined, specifically outlined in the Bill of Rights, doesn't mean that you don't have that right. It just means it hasn't yet been, unearthed. It hasn't yet been addressed. You still potentially have that right. Just because it doesn't exist in this, in this early version of the Bill of Rights, it's like we'll get to it even if we haven't gotten to it yet. It's possibly still your right for whatever. I've seen enough. And the answer we're looking for is the ninth amendment. Ninth amendment. Ninth. And at the top, we got Corey Lord. Corey Lord is at the top, followed by Corey. You don't get up there at the top very often, so congratulations to you, my friend. Monique Lee, Mia to you, Susie Brizuela, Eddie G, Samantha Hawkins, Kathleen Cross, Crafty Feminist, Nurse Mitch, Kimberly Moss, Cindy C, Bernadette H, Cha Cha, Marie from New Jersey. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba. As Mila J said, he lost me at the Watcher Soko. Good job, you guys. Good job. Excellent, excellent, excellent guessing. Excellent knowing. Here's the next one. No soldier shall, in time of peace, be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. I'll read that again. No soldier shall, in time of peace, be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, or as some people say, consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. Quartered. Drawn and quartered. Okay, I think I've seen enough. The correct answer we were looking for was the third amendment. This is the amendment that says that, and Dana X is our friend at the top here. Third amendment says that the military cannot force themselves to stay in your house unless there is specifically Congress comes up with a law saying, yeah, and it has to be at a time of war, but definitely not during a time of peace. Apparently that was a thing back in the day. Dana X at the top, followed by Cha Cha, Samantha B, Cindy C, Meredith Powell, Mia to you, Susie Brizuela, Monique Lee, Bernadette H, Samantha Hawkins, Jen Murphy, Marie from New Jersey, Watcher Soko, Nurse Mitch, Crafty Feminist, Kathleen Cross, Luppy Girl, Jennifer Rayner says she just laughed like a jackal at consent. Let's see. Eddie G. Good job, you guys. Very good. Very good job. Okay, here's the next one. Prepare thyself. This one, I expect a lot of people to get this one. It's relatively current. The right of citizens of the United States who are 18 years of age or older to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of age. I'll read it again. The right of citizens of the United States who are 18 years of age or older to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of age. On account of the fact that this guy is old enough to vote, should be allowed to vote. That's basically what this amendment says. If he's at least 18 years of age or older, then he's got the right to vote. Which amendment is that? I think I've seen enough. The correct answer, of course, is the 26th Amendment. The guy pictured here is Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Shaggy, of course, was old enough to vote. He was at least 18 years of age or older. And let's see. We got Cha-Cha at the top with 26, followed by Eddie G, Meredith Powell, Kathleen Cross, Ness from Connecticut, Bernadette H, Crafty Feminist, Jen Murphy, Cindy C, Philosophy, Susie Brizuela, Marie from New Jersey, Mia Mia to you. Oh shit, Ness from Connecticut said Shaggy. That's okay, you guys. I guess I'd already advanced. Good job, you guys. Very good. Very good. Okay, here's the next one. You got it? Here we go. No person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or elector of president and vice president or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States, under any state, who shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. Hey, that's from Connecticut. Thank you, my friend. Thank you very much for the donation. So, you guys, I'm sure quite a few of you might recognize this one because this is also a very current issue. No person shall be a senator, representative, or hold any office, including vice president or president, who shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same. It's only when shit like this pops up, and of course, we had an insurrection recently, which might have caused many people to understand that this one is the 14th Amendment, specifically Section 3, would prevent Trump from ever holding office again. And let's see, who do we get at the top here? We got Corey Lord once again. Look at you, my friend. Corey Lord is up at the top, followed by Sandra from Paramount, California, Monique Lee, Cindy C, Susie Brizuela, Meredith Powell, Watcher Soko, Mia Mia to you, Jamie from Wisconsin, Bernadette H, Lisa Hathaway, Marie from New Jersey, Kathleen Cross, Samantha Hawkins, Eddie G, Lisa Hathaway. Yes, Sylvia Correa. That is for real. She was cracking up at this one. The Trump Reaper says the January 6th Amendment. Crafty Feminist. And Laurie Donahue. There we go. Thank you, guys. Very good. Very good. Let's keep it moving. Here's the next Juan. The right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex. Congress shall have power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. I'll read that again. The right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex. All right? On account of sex, you cannot tell somebody that you cannot vote because they're, because of the sex. You can't tell them. So what is that amendment? I think I've seen enough. It was the 19th Amendment. All right. All right. All right. And at the top, we got Samantha B. Is at the top, followed by Nurse Mitch, Susie Brizuela, Watcher Soko, Ness from Connecticut, Mia Mia to You, The Trump Reaper, Monique Lee, Meredith Powell, Lisa Hathaway, Eddie G, Bernadette H, Jen Murphy, Kathleen Cross, Crafty Feminist, Samantha Hawkins, Cindy C, Dana X, Cha Cha, Lucky Girl, Marie from New Jersey. There we go. There we go. Very good. Very good, you guys. Very good. Okay. Here comes the next one. In all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed. This is basically the amendment that guarantees you the right to a speedy trial by a trial of with a jury of your peers in public, and you get to face your accuser. It's that amendment. The accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed. I believe I've seen enough. We're looking for the sixth amendment. Number 6. And let's see, who do we have at the top here? We got Meredith Powell at the top with 6, followed by Dana X, Cha-Cha, Gavin Rutherford, Marie from New Jersey, Samantha B, Eddie G, Deb B. Oh, good question, Sylvia Correa. Sylvia's asked, like the Rittenhouse trial? Yes, like the Ritten. Oh, I see what you did there. The Rittenhouse trial, I think they excluded all Black people from that trial. Or did I get Deb B? Deb B is there. Cindy C, Jen Murphy, Mia Mia to You. Okay, good job, you guys. Good job. Oh, Meredith, I'm sorry. We got no prizes for you other than the bragging rights of having been at the top there. All right. Here's the next one. Here we go. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Okay. I've seen enough. I'm sure more than a few people got this one. Yes, the Second Amendment. We only hear about this every freaking day of the week. And at the top, we have none other than Mr. Gavin Rutherford. Gavin Rutherford, please take a bow. Take a cyber bow, Mr. Rutherford. Followed by Nurse Mitch, Samantha B., the Trump Reaper, Samantha Hawkins, Asmila J., Susie Brizuela, Marie from New Jersey. Look, even Susie Brizuela got this one. Marie from New Jersey, Cha Cha, Mia to you, Jamie from Wisconsin, Cindy C. Wajasoko, Bernadette, Fox Hill Dreams, Meredith Powell, Jen Murphy, Corey Lord, Eddie G, Luppy Girl, Michelle, Jennifer Rayner, Crafty Feminist, Lisa Hathaway, Dana X, Kathleen Cross, Monique Lee, Philosophy, Sandra Paramount, California, Deb B, Sylvia Correa. Oh, you could not guess this one. this one's in the news all the time. Yes, Lisa Hathaway. The Red Hatters love that one. They don't. In fact, they probably don't even know any other ones besides the Fifth Amendment because Trump and his brood use that so frequently. Okay, and scribble my dibbles. Yes, there you go. Okay, here's the next one. The right, this is the last one, you guys. The right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of race, color, or previous condition of servitude. I'll say this one again. The right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of race, color, or previous condition of servitude. 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 Okay. Let's see. Okay. I've seen enough. We're looking for the 15th Amendment. And at the top here, we got Nurse Mitch, followed by Cha-Cha, Samantha B., Lisa Hathaway, Bernadette H. Guys, let me just say this, right? Do not feel badly if you don't get these. These are tough. Just so you know, this is me showing you guys the utmost respect because you guys are super dupers. You're so goddamn smart that I have to like reach into my bag constantly to find shit that is not just easy peasy across the plate for you. And you guys are still answering this. So if you're not getting some of these or all of these, or whatever, don't feel badly. These are not the run of the mill amendments. I guarantee you, there's a whole room full of people would not get any of these. Okay, so please give yourselves a break. I'm very proud of you. There's Mitch, Lisa Hathaway, Bernadette H, Susie Brizuela, Corey Lord, Kathleen Cross, Marie from New Jersey, Watcher Soko, Samantha Hawkins, Eddie G, Sylvia Correa, Cindy C, Jennifer Rayner, Deb B, Crafty Feminist, Luppy Girl, Wilbur McCarthy. There you go, Wilbur. Wilbur was complaining earlier that he was striking out on these. You got one, buddy. Oh no. Gavin Rutherford said I sound like Russell Brand. That's not good. That's not a good sound. Laurie Donahue. Okay. Good job, you guys. Let me just make sure. I feel like maybe I might have another one. Nope, that was it. So you guys, give yourselves a hand. Look, I want to give you a hand whether you got them all right or you got them all wrong. If you just guessed, if you were just involved in that, if you didn't even guess, you know what, you were watching. And if you were watching, chances are you remember one of those, maybe two in the future. And if that happens, if I taught you one new thing today, then I'm happy. Then I'm happy. Okay, and now it is time for you, Raggedy Bish.
You, Raggedy Bish.
It's so sinister. And today's you, Raggedy Bish. Well, it's this jackass. Elon Musk is what you get when you take a shitty, um, inconsiderate, privileged internet troll and give them billions of dollars. That is what you get. Yeah, because Elon Musk is that guy. He's in the news frequently, and usually when he's trending on Twitter or something, it's usually not for anything good. You know, um, it's strange because his company, Tesla, that's where we want to be. We want to be driving electric vehicles that are, you know, helping save the planet, right? But he's such a shithead. He's such a dick. Whether it's whether he's pushing the cryptocurrency, which still seems like a major scam to a lot of people. It seems like a Ponzi scheme, or whether his company Tesla is being called a hotbed of racism. Whether he's posting shit posting on Twitter. In fact, the only kind of posting he does on Twitter is shit posting. In this instance, he was comparing Justin Trudeau to Adolf Hitler before deleting the tweet. Today, was this today? I believe this was today. Today, he challenged Vladimir Putin to a one-on-one single combat. What? Like, dude, grown people are talking now. Go somewhere with your bullshit. Seriously, you're a billionaire. Don't you have enough things to keep yourself occupied? You want to put this shit out there? Okay, let's say he's joking. Why are you joking? People are dying and you're joking. You're joking. You want to fight Vladimir Putin? Vladimir Putin was in the KGB. He will kill you. Straight up, he will kill you. He's a little guy, but he's little and he's like 71. He will kill Elon Musk. I have no doubt. He will kill him. But Elon Musk didn't really want to go one on one with him. So what is this? And you want some attention? You want people to pay attention to you? Is that it? That's stupid, man. You're a fucking billionaire. Get real, man. People are dying. Let's come up with some good solutions. Why don't you, Elon Musk, instead of saying, I hereby challenge, I hereby donate $10 billion to the refugees. I wouldn't even say to the war effort. Don't give them any money for missiles and shit. There's plenty of money where that. But if you want to do something good, be humanitarian, huh? Put your money where your mouth is, shithead. But he doesn't give a damn. He's the same guy who posts shit like this. So if you're unfamiliar with this image, this cartoon character is known as an NPC. An NPC is a non-playing character, right? It's a meme that some far right-wing assholes came up with is basically to mock us, those of us on the left who we believe in causes for people, to level the playing field. We believe in causes that help those of us um, who are at risk, those of us who are vulnerable, yeah, those of us who are marginalized. And so this meme says, I support the current thing. Oh, so edgy of you. You're a billionaire. You got to be a dickhead too. That's like that sucks. That makes you feel like there really is no God. Because why would you, if there is a God, why would you give such a nasty person so much? And here's another one. He posted this: Netflix waiting for the war to end to make a movie about a black Ukraine guy falls in love with a transgender Russian soldier. You're just a shitty person, wrapped in $1 billion. Yeah, Corey Lord uh, pointing this out. Elon is clearly not a liberal. Wonder what he was pushed by since he was a kid. That's a good question. Um, Foxhill Dreams asked the questions: Are all billionaires dickheads? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think for what it's worth, Michael Bloomberg. I hate to bring him up because he hasn't been a great guy, but he hasn't been horrible either. He is uh, donated to some causes. Um, Bill Gates. That one is another uh, example fraught with problems, with problematic Bill Gates. But he has also given charitable donations too. I guess all these billionaires, they do have to give charitable donations, whether they like it or not. It's a tax. It helps them with the taxes. Uh, I guess if you're going to get way up there, let's see, all billionaires. Oprah, Oprah Winfrey is a billionaire. I don't think she's a dickhead. There's my one billionaire. uh, yeah. So Marty is asking, wow, did he really say that? So technically, Elon Musk didn't say that in as much as he borrowed somebody else's meme, co-signing it, which he might as well have said it because this is a Mr. Billionaire with millions of followers. He says it or he posts it. It's now associated with him. So, yeah. Jen Murphy says he's tone deaf. People are being slaughtered. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Meek Spees, who I think I'm just seeing now for the first time today. Meek, welcome, my friend. Says he has never claimed to be a liberal. I don't think he is. I definitely don't think he is. Michelle says, I don't think Warren Buffett is horrible. I think he's said some things in the past that lead me to believe he's an okay guy. I think he's the guy that said that his secretary should not be paying more taxes than he pays. Yeah. Uh, Jen Murphy thinks he's a sociopath. Elaine Prieto is saying Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban, yeah, I believe has yeah, I think he's done some good things. I remember him going out in the street looking for one of his former players that was addicted to drugs and brought him in, put him into treatment. I thought that was special. Yeah, that's a good one. Nice example, Elaine. We got another vote from Michael Cabelli for Warren Buffett. This is interesting. Gavin Rutherford says not one megachurch has donated to Ukraine. Huh. Isn't that something? That is interesting. I'm going to put that out there later on. Thank you for that one. So, yeah, I think overall, if you're going to accumulate $1 billion, there's got to be a part of you inside that's kind of dead. Yeah. So let's see. Guys, thank you very much. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad. And I don't know how to wrap this thing up at the end, but I'm going to just do what I've been doing. If you haven't been vaccinated yet, please do so. If you haven't gotten your booster shot yet, please do so. I would say wait. Wait on booster shot number 4 until the numbers come in. Just wait, you know. I don't think the numbers have come in yet on the efficacy of booster shot number 4. So if it's recommended, that's on you guys. I will say it's on you. I probably will, but I will also probably wait a bit before getting mine. Yeah. And if you feel so inclined, wear a mask, keep your social distance 6 feet or better, and have a nice, relaxing evening. So here's the deal. Wednesday is going to be the show featuring Mr. Nance. So, same time, same place, 5:30. Only difference is I'll be watching that episode with you. I am interviewing him tomorrow afternoon. Wish me luck. Knock on wood. Of course, I am extremely nervous. I get nervous. Fun fact, I get nervous before every single episode of this show. When I was just broadcasting this thing on my phone, nervous before the show. Yeah, it just is what it is. But please remember to hit that like button. I will see you guys Wednesday, same time, same place. I love you all. Peace. Boom. Philosophy. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for the kind donation. Thank you for that. Philosophy says check the mic. Is my mic not good? Yes, Jennifer Rayner asking if I watched the Mary Trump show. I have watched several episodes. She's very good. She's very good. I had her on the show. Cha-cha, thank you, my friend. Thank you for the kind donation. Thank you very much. Tina G says my mic is perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, I see. For the Mets interview. Yeah. I will make sure. Yeah, we do sound check. I like to do the sound check before the recording of the episode. I learned that from my issue with Mary Trump, sadly. All right, you guys, thank you. Thank you once again for a wonderful episode. And I love you all, but it's that time. You need to leave.